Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Keenan. Welcome to the Pro Football Exclusive College Football Blog. Here to recap week 2 of the college football season. Now I must say that I had a horrific week with my selections this past week in week 2. I'm just not too happy with the results that we saw this past week, and I did not do too well. But there was a lot of key surprises and upsets this week, and it kind of switched the rankings of this week's AP poll. Now I'm going to start with the upset game of the week, the real upset game of the week between Louisiana Monroe over Arkansas in overtime, 34-31. Kobe Hamilton, Tyler Wilson, and Niles Davis just couldn't get everything together in this matchup. This should have been an easy win for the Razorbacks. Now, based on this loss, they ended up dropping dramatically in the AP poll. I'm not too happy about this team. I thought they had a chance of doing something this season in the SEC conference, possibly making it to the SEC championship as an upset. But based on this matchup, I'm convinced that they're probably going to struggle in this SEC conference once they get into play. Now, that was not the only key loss this past week. Also, Wisconsin lost to Oregon State 10-7. I'm like, really? It kind of much shows that how much they lost this season when they lost two of their premier offensive linemen to the NFL. Now, Monty Ball, he was actually going to be the vocal point of that offense, and all eyes was going to be on him in the Big Ten Conference. But based on these past couple of weeks, I pretty much knew understand why Monty Ball did so well, because they had a good, productive offensive line. Monty Ball is a great running back. Do not get me wrong on that. I think he's an outstanding running back. He does break tackles, catches the ball out of the backfield, but he can use some help from his own line, who has been struggling thus far this season. Northern Iowa and Oregon State? Really? Come on, guys. I thought you guys could do better than that. But there was also a couple other upsets I need to mention. Oklahoma State against Arizona. They ended up getting mollywopped by the Wildcats. The Cowboys did 59-38 after pulverizing, demolishing, and punishing Savannah State in their first week, racking up 84 points. They ended up getting demolished by Arizona, especially with the efforts from Matt Scott, their star quarterback. He had a great game passing and running the football when needed. They had a pretty well-balanced offense, the Arizona State Wildcats, and that was the difference maker between the two teams compared to Oklahoma State. Their offense was just a little bit more productive, getting into the end zone, rushing and passing. Now, they have a good balanced offense, Oklahoma State does, but they didn't not get any touchdowns on the ground. They struggled getting touchdowns on the ground running the football, and they have a good running back in Joseph Randall and a good freshman quarterback in Wes Lunt. He had a pretty good game in this matchup, but just outplayed by Arizona State's Matt Scott. And I have to give some props for Rich Rodriguez's team. They ended up improving from last week's close loss to Toledo. Give props to Arizona. A couple other key losses that I noticed this past weekend. North Carolina losing to Wake Forest 27-28. I thought the Demon Deacons was going to lose this game because of predominant offense with Brent Winter and Giovanni Bernard in the offense for the Tar Heels. But they did lose a couple of key defensive players leading to the NFL for the past upcoming seasons. And I still thought that they were going to reload from what they had, but they couldn't reload on the defensive side, and they ended up giving up 28 points. There was a couple of other losses that I noticed this week. UCLA over Nebraska. Looks like Jonathan Franklin can sleep his way to the Heisman Trophy. He racked up another 200-yard gains back-to-back against the black shirt defense and Bo Pelini's defense. Wow, I just couldn't believe, and I was amazed how he controlled the running game and the time possession of the offense for the Bruins, and especially with the brilliant quarterback play from Brett Huntley, passed for over 300 yards in this matchup, and they had a great offense for the UCLA Bruins. Ended up shocking the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I thought Nebraska was going to win this game, but looks like UCLA got a little something with new head coach, and I'm just really shocked how the UCLA Bruins performed in this matchup, and I'm actually going to look forward to see what happens in the Pac-12 conference. They could probably sleep their way. I doubt they'll beat USC, but anything can happen. They just beat the black shirt defense of Nebraska. Anything can happen. I got to give some props to UCLA. They did an outstanding job containing that ball, keeping time off the clock for for Nebraska, and it ended up rolling the ball down the field. Impressive drives. Give props to UCLA. They had a great game. Now, a couple of matches that I did win. I am going to end this video on a good note. I had a couple of key matches with Georgia, number 17 ranked team in the nation, facing Missouri. They ended up going face-to-face for most of the first half, but heading towards the second half, the Georgia Bulldogs ended up just dominating, winning 41-20. Oklahoma redeemed themselves from last week's almost upset to UTEP, crushing the Florida A&M Rattlers 69-13. Up to Bob Stoops ended up getting this team back together. Arizona State ended up crushing Illinois 45-14. Great play by quarterback Taylor Kelly, passed for 249 yards and a touchdown and a good running attack. They have a well-balanced offense. I'm looking forward to see how they perform when they get into Pac-10 play, Pac-12 play. Up to my man Justin Godfrey. He ended up showing me that he has a good team in Arizona State. That's his favorite team. Got to give ups to him. Good job for them. A couple other key matches that I called correctly. North Carolina State almost just barely beat Connecticut. Now it shows that North Carolina State, the Wolfpack, they're not ready for the big show. I thought they could be ready for the big show with John Glennon coming back from a 31 touchdown performance last season. I thought he was going to improve and get back to what he had, but he's actually struggling for the first couple of games, losing to Tennessee and barely beating UConn. Come on, I thought they was going to do a lot better than that, and it just showed that they're not ready for the big time at NC State. Other key wins, K-State, Kansas State ended up prevailing over Miami, triumphant victory, 52-13. Great play by quarterback Matt Klein, rushing and throwing the football, and it turns out that he can actually throw the football pretty well. He went 9 for 11 for 210 yards, an interception, but he did throw a touchdown. Shows that he does have a pretty good arm, but he's really known for his running abilities. He still had a great game. Cincinnati ended up crushing Pittsburgh 34-10. Munchie Legault, I did like his performance, 119 yards rushing, 2 touchdown passes with 205 yards. Great quarterback. I'm looking forward to see what happens in the Big East Conference with him and Cincinnati replacing Zach Collaris. And my last game I need to talk about, USC over Syracuse, 42-29. Great game by USC Trojans, but I have to give some props to Syracuse. They have a pretty good offense with Gurley, and I think he's a decent running back, but they have a great quarterback in Ryan Nassim. 2 interceptions and 2 touchdowns, but he passed for over 350 yards. He had a great game against the Southern Carolina Trojans, and I really thought that USC was going to crush this team. Silas Red rushed for 107 yards, first 100-yard game as a USC Trojan. They have a great offense. Marquise Lee, Robert Woods, both of them getting touchdown receptions, and this is a great offensive team led by Matt Barkley. But I'm going back to Syracuse. Their defense, that is going to be the key for this team. They really need to get that defense together. Back-to-back 42-point games, allowing on the defensive side. If they just improve in defense, Syracuse can make a reckoning in the Big East Conference. But their offense, they have everything together. Probably need to tweak that running game a little bit, give more opportunities running the football. But all eyes is on quarterback Ryan Nassim. He is improving for what he had last season, and I'm looking forward to see what happens coming towards the 2013 NFL Draft. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on Ryan Nassim. He's a great quarterback for the past couple of weeks, but it's that defense for Syracuse is the question mark. If they just a little bit better, they could win some games. They barely lost to Northwestern. They should have won that game, but the defense just gave up too many points. When it sucks, when it's just a little bit irritating to me watching Syracuse a little bit, how well their offense performs, but the defense is just not backing them up. I do like Syracuse a lot, and I'm just really looking forward. If they just get that defense together, they could probably sleep their way to a Big East championship, but I doubt it because that defense is just horrendous. Now, overall this week, I went 10-7. Ooh. 58.8%. I need to get my game back together. 18-11 overall, 62.2% overall, and I just need to get back to at 70%. So I'm looking forward to trying to go undefeated next week and do better with my picks. Just need to improve my research and go with more risk with upsets for this upcoming week in college football. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys is tomorrow for week 3 of the college football season. Thank you for watching today's vlog from Pro Football Exclusive. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.